Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks, and let's talk games. It's me again, Don the Expert of course from VideoGamesUncovered.com, as we cover more of the E3 press conferences. We've already touched on EA's one, and if you missed that out, there'll be a link on the screen for you right now, so have a look at that one. But if you're here now, you're wondering about my opinions on the Bethesda press conference that also happened on the Sunday of this E3. Without further ado, we're just going to jump straight in, and the show started up with this nice DOSBox style running screen, and as you saw all the games loading up, there was something very suspicious about it. So they had like Wolfenstein 3D, the original Dooms on there, including the new Doom, but they had a game on that list that, at least for me, I've never seen or heard of, and I've seen some other places saying that this could potentially be a Wolfenstein game that they are working on but haven't released yet. And what you'll see is, I'll have it on screen for you guys to check out, it's a still image of that DOSBox screen, and it says new _ Colossus. That could mean a new Wolfenstein game could be in the works, could potentially be. You also notice there is no release date next to that either, meaning that it could still be in production, or it was maybe a failed project from the development team. Something very interesting to start off the show with. But right after that, it led into something incredible. Quake! It's back, baby! Now, I grew up on Quake. I love Quake to bits, and seeing it back is incredible. We're now in the 20th anniversary of Quake, and this is the new game of the series. It is known as Quake Champions, a competitive arena shooter that is PC exclusive, at least for now. Very curious as to why they've decided to go specifically with PC. I know that Quake has a massive PC following, and if they want to get the high performance gameplay with the top graphics, the 120Hz output, and the unlocked frame rates, PC is going to be the most reliable place to have that game. So making it exclusive for that reason is perfectly legit. I have no problems. I could definitely see those who only play on console not being too happy with this, especially if they're fans of Quake and they've gotten off of PC gaming, or they're people that have never heard of Quake before but may not want to upgrade their PC to insane levels just to be able to play this new game. But the game itself will be introducing unique characters, all with their own individual attributes and abilities, so kind of like a hero shooter similar to that of Overwatch and Battleborn. Interesting to see how that mechanic will play out. It's also designed for esports on multiple levels, with competitive tournaments and leagues coming into play in the future. More of Quake Champions will be shown off at QuakeCon in August, which I am definitely hyped for. The next game that was revealed and talked about was The Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game based on the Elder Scrolls series. What was revealed was it has a full-on single-player campaign mode, where you play the role of a moth priest named Kellen. We were shown the opening cinematic, and at least on the official Bethesda release on YouTube of their press conference, it crashed. It crashed hard, which was terrible. It actually crashed in the middle of explaining some of the bigger storyline plots of this campaign mode, so not a lot of the campaign was really explained because of that crash. So I'm hoping an individual trailer will come out eventually in order to show that off. The card game itself features a 2-lane battlefield system, which looks pretty interesting. I haven't had the time to really dive into it yet, but give it some time and I'll probably touch on it soon. The single and multiplayer game will be coming out on PC, iPad, iPhone, Mac, tablets, and Android phones, which is great. What was so amazing about this moment was that there was a person in the crowd that literally just shouted out, "Thank you!" It was hilariously well timed. There was brand new Fallout 4 content revealed, and I'm generally hyped about this. Love Fallout 4, I love the crafting system, so seeing more with that looks great. So first off, we're getting the Contraptions add-on, which is actually coming out next week, which is really out of nowhere. And the Contraptions add-on is bringing in elevators, armor and weapon racks, track kits, sorting machines, conveyor belts, basically being able to kind of make your own factories, which would be really interesting to try out and put together. That'd be great. Then there will be another add-on coming up soon after that, which is all around vault tech and being able to build your own vault. So pretty much think of Fallout Shelter in Fallout 4, where you can build your own vault, experiment on your dwellers, and effectively become the overseer of your own vault. Now that's incredible. Can't wait to see what the customization options are for those areas in comparison to the open world areas that we have in the game already. And the last thing they revealed was going to be coming into Fallout 4 soon, at least in August from what we saw on the little postcard tease at the end of it, is the Nuka World theme park. A theme park based expansion where you're literally going to be exploring the post-apocalyptic version of Nuka World. I am looking forward to seeing how this plays out, especially with raiders and what looks to be an entire faction that owns the theme park and are still using it for profit. Can't wait. This looks to be incredible stuff. And it's all coming out really soon. So this was a quick turnaround. As well as that, we've also got updates coming in for Fallout Shelter, adding in quests, the chance to explore new areas, battle new enemies, a brand new combat system which adds that style combat into the mix, which is great, brand new characters to meet up with, and Fallout Shelter itself is coming to PC, so that will be absolutely brilliant. Then was a big reveal, Skyrim Special Edition on PS4 and Xbox One with mod support, and it does genuinely look like a great improvement. It also is coming out on October 28th of this year, which gives it a nice place on the ladder. I know with EA's conference I was saying how one of their games was coming out in September, but that was a good time for it. This again is a good slot in October because it gives you an RPG for that month and that period, which is nice. I will say though that I'm very curious about this special edition because a lot of people are probably going to come out saying, what's the point of getting this when you can just get it on PC and get the mods that way to make it look incredible? Well, again, some people don't want to cash in on that big PC heavy load that comes in, so having that ability on PS4 and Xbox One with an updated Skyrim is great. I hope, really do hope, it doesn't frame drop, because that was a big complaint I had with the console version of Skyrim on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So cross fingers, they've at least solved that problem. And then the big reveal. The one big thing I was waiting for, and oh my god, am I still hyped. I'm of course talking about Prey. That has gone back into development and has been reworked into what we now see. The cinematics alone look amazing in this. There was a detail that a mate of mine pointed out, which is about the arm hair. The arm hair is so detailed in that first person view. It's incredible. So this is more of a psychological thriller now, but we saw in the gameplay that you've got shotguns, you've got hammers, you've got zero G, you've got this strange alien race that follows you around. It's kind of like this darkness, black goo sort of thing that can transform into multiple different forms. It looks really good, interesting. And from what they explained of the story, it goes a little bit like this. So your main character awakens on the Talos 1 space station in the year 2032. Where the human race has been experimented on to try and make humanity last forever, and pretty much makes it so that human beings become the prey. So you're now fighting for survival using everything in your environment to battle against these alien dudes and genuinely stay alive using wits, weapons, and mind-bending abilities, which again has me quite interested. I genuinely want to see more of what Prey has to offer. It's coming out on PS4, Xbox One and PC next year, with more being revealed at QuakeCon in August. Literally, cannot wait to see more QuakeCon. Maybe expecting a full-on gameplay walkthrough, potential gameplay trailer, but we will see. After that, we had the announcement of brand new content coming into Doom, first off stating that there will be 3 updates to Snap Map as the game goes on. A fantastic thing to bring up for the multiplayer. As well as that, the Snap Map You're going to bring new visuals into the mix, including hell visuals, props, weapons and items, and brand new functionality in order for you to create your own levels, multiplayer maps, single player experiences, you name it. As well as that, they're going to be adding in 2 new multiplayer modes, including Exodus, which is like a capture the flag style setup, and a capture and holds game mode known as Sector. There will also be 3 free-for-all modes coming into the future, including Classic Deathmatch. Now, coupled with all of this, also comes Doom's first piece of expansion DLC known as Unto the Evil, which will supply you with 3 new multiplayer maps, a new playable demon, the Harvester, a new gun, new equipment, new items, and much more. This is all fantastic to see for Doom, but now I'm left interested as to whether they're potentially going to do a single player expansion or whether they're leaving it to multiplayer expansions and waiting until Doom 2 or whatever they're going to be calling it for a proper first person experience to carry on the story. However, I guess in the meantime you could say the snap map can be used to extend some more single player life out of the game, but I'm generally interested to see what the company does next. Also key to note that this week of E3 you can go onto your PC, Xbox One and your PS4 and pick up the demo of the first level of Doom that is now free for everyone to pick up. Definitely get this if you have not tried Doom in its single player form and you're literally judging it by the multiplayer beta. Trust me, you want to go out, try out this single player demo and see for yourself why people are going 100% nuts with the rip and tear mechanics. After all this, we had some more information on the Elder Scrolls Online. A big update about it was concerning its release in Japan, and in case you are Japanese and you're watching this, the release of that is on June 23rd. Very soon, and I'm very happy to hear that. As well as this, the Dark Brotherhood expansion will be coming on Tuesday for console players. I know the PC guys have had that for quite a while now, and the launch trailer looks pretty good. Go and check it out in case you haven't seen it so far. But on top of all of this comes an update known as the One Tamriel update. What this will do is, this will make every single character, new and old, fully leveled up and instantly able to travel anywhere and everywhere with no restrictions on anything. Pretty much after the tutorial, everything is available to you. It's just like how the regular Elder Scrolls games work. You get through the initial part of a game, the tutorial, whatever you wish to call it, and as soon as you're through that, the world is open. The world is your oyster. You can go to anywhere, you can go on quests, you can farm for equipment, you can go on the raids, battle big bosses, small enemies, just go on mud crab hunts. Pretty much do what you want, which is a very interesting idea. I know that works in the single player Elder Scrolls. How that will work in the MMO version, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll soon see. And before hitting into their last thing on the show, they of course revealed more information about their virtual reality projects, saying that in 2017 on the HTC Vive, with updates in the future coming to the Oculus Rift, Doom and Fallout 4 will be playable in VR. Now that just blows my mind. Playing Doom in first person, you are literally going to be running around as Doom Guy. You can become Doom Guy. That is incredible. I want that so badly. But as well as that, Fallout 4 in virtual reality? That would be super interesting. Especially if you're running around in first person, you got your Pit-Boy in your arm, you got dog meat by your side, you got a gun in your holster or in your hand, you're running around the place, you're crafting all your settlements in first person as you can see them in virtual reality, as if you're putting everything together by hand. That would feel great. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more stuff from this as we're heading into 2017. Good job. And to end the show, Bethesda had a big part of their end dedicated to Dishonored 2. A lot of things revealed in this one. There was a lot of gameplay footage in this as well, which I really enjoyed. Seeing gameplay for Dishonored 2 and full-on walkthrough as well from one of the devs was just brilliant. So this game's going to be based in Karnaca, which is known as the Jewel of the South, a brand new area from the series. The graphics and lighting look really great in this custom engine built from the ground up, specifically for this game in order to, as the developers call it, bring painting in motion, and the engine itself is known as the Void Engine. Very good name. They wanted to concentrate on making the environment feel as natural as possible, having multiple paths, characters who act as natural as possible, and not just act as generic NPCs with straightforward patrolling routes that just literally stand there and just go dum 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 dum, and just in case they pick something up that could be from you, it's like, huh? What was that noise? The story itself will continue with Emily after the events of Dishonored 1. She's now 25 years of age and it's based 15 years after the original Dishonored. She's now watched over by her father, and when the game starts, you will have a choice of either playing as Emily or Corvo from Dishonored 1. This is when we dived straight into gameplay, seeing more of the grapple tentacle, which is really great from getting from one place to another, dynamic weather events where your character will comment on what is coming to you, so you're able to plan your next move a lot easier around what the weather's bringing in. You have new powers such as the Mesmerize power that attracts the attention of enemies, basically allowing you to sneak past them without being seen, and a really interesting skill known as the Domino ability, which makes it so that you can tether enemies to each other, place a trap, and as long as that first enemy gets killed by that trap, the other enemies that are tethered to him using this power will also die. So that's incredible. With some powers as well, you can combine them with your attacks to do some crazy, like mid-air combo grab kills, which are pretty crazy. There are new customization options coming into the skill trees this time around, giving you more freedom to build the character which suits your playstyle and the direction you're taking the game. And as well as this, they also showed off a little bit more of Shadow Walk, which is that really awesome looking ability where you go straight onto the floor, you look like a shadow demon with big shadowy arms and you claw people, ripping them apart. Kind of reminds me of how the Darkness worked in that game, you know, in Darkness 1 and 2, where it's like, Jackie, and the little tentacle demons came out, they ripped them apart, whipped their hearts out and all that jazz. Really good stuff, it looks incredible. But one new mechanic they did show off is about this little device that you can get on one of your arms, which brings up these 3 shards which allow you to look around an area in real time, and you can be somewhere in time and you'll see in the mirrors that what's being reflected is the future. And you can look through there to the future, and you can dive in and out from past to future in order to solve puzzles, avoid enemies, or even get the sneak on those enemies to stop them from detecting you in the first place. It's a neat little mechanic, and I definitely suggest checking that out for yourself to get a full idea as to what I mean by that. And so the game will be coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November 11th, a solid period of time to bring it out, at least in my eyes. There will be a limited number of a collector's edition as well that comes with a replica of Corvo's mask and Emily's ring from the game. And also, if you pre-order any of the copies of Dishonored, you will get a free copy of Dishonored Definitive Edition on that platform. And of course, that is Dishonored 1 with all the DLC that ever came out for that game, enhanced for PS4, Xbox One, and of course for PC. Fantastic times. That's Bethesda's entire show. And I must say, fantastic work. Even the pre-show was really fun. Well done to everyone at Bethesda. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much more than EA's one. But what a way to kick off E3 of 2016. Guys, these are my opinions, so I want to now hear it from you. What did you like and dislike from the Bethesda conference from E3 2016? Let me know in the comments section below. Be sure to keep an eye out for more updates from E3 on VideoGamesUncovered.com, as we will be checking out all the conferences, maybe even live streaming our reactions to some of them, which you do not want to miss out. And until next time, guys, I will be seeing you for another edition of VGU Talks.